On KOLR 10 News, Ozarks First.
Well, a bit of good news. It's been a pretty quiet evening, and now the tornado threat appears to be over for our area. Tornado watches have been canceled or have expired for areas east of Highway 65. Looking at radar right now, we still have some bands of showers and isolated thunderstorms, which will continue to sort of sweep east out of the area through midnight tonight. Those heavier showers could produce some gusty winds and maybe some small hail. Can't rule that out. You can see these bands of showers continuing to work out of the area. Tomorrow we will wake up to cold and windy conditions. In fact, from here on out, expect strong winds to continue spreading east across the area. That's what we'll be dealing with tomorrow morning. So that morning commute may be a little bit rocky getting in. Temperatures will be cold. The winds will subside during the afternoon, but it will stay chilly. And the rest of the holiday week looks wet. More on that coming up. KOLR 10 News at 10 starts now.
Now, from Ozarks First, you're watching KOLR 10 News at 10.
And as Jamie mentioned off the top of the broadcast there, strong winds are moving across parts of the Ozarks now, and we're already right now seeing some power outages happening in parts of town tonight. Good evening once again to you. I'm David Oliver.
And I'm Heather Lewis. Thanks for joining us tonight. At 10 here in Springfield, we're seeing more than 800 customers without power on the east side of Springfield, and there's also some outages that are just north of Springfield as well. We're
also, Heather, looking at many western counties with hundreds of power outages there for customers, too. We're going to be sure and share more on the outages as we learn them here in our newsroom tonight. We're also keeping crime in focus now at 10. We're going to begin with some news out of Webster County tonight. A man is accused there of killing his wife and leaving her body in a freezer for 4 years.
This is the second body found in a freezer in southwest Missouri this month. Our Madison Heber joins us now. And Madison, what can you tell us about this latest discovery?
Heather, we're told the body in the freezer was found yesterday by an employee who was cleaning it out. Webster County Sheriff Roy Cole tells us that the freezer had the suspect's wife locked in it since the murder 4 years ago. Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers arrested the suspect with help of the Webster County Sheriff's Office and Marshfield Police. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect was cooperative, and after he was detained, he then confessed to murdering his wife 4 years ago. Sheriff Cole says in an attempt to catch the suspect, deputies set up a sting operation which led to his arrest.
So what we did in this particular situation was we had to actually find the suspect, and we communicated with him. He thought we were someone else, and we had him come back to the property to recover the freezer that he said was his, and then when he returned to get it, that's when we were able to put him in custody and then start our interviews. Her death, I believe, stemmed from an argument between the two of them. He explained that he used an instrument, blunt force. That instrument we believe to be a hammer. That led to her death.
Sheriff Cole says the suspect had a minor criminal history. In those 4 years, the suspect's wife was never reported missing. According to Sheriff Cole, the suspect told family that he told her to leave after an argument. Police are still notifying the family, and an autopsy is still to come.
Madison Heber tonight for us. Thanks for the update. Another sheriff in the Ozarks also had a busy day. Sheriff Brad Cole in Christian County helped put an end to a car chase through Springfield this afternoon. Cole says he got word about a robbery suspect who held a Nixa homeowner at gunpoint. The sheriff saw the suspect's truck and tried to pull it over, but that didn't work, which led to a chase all the way up Highway 65 in Springfield. Eventually, that chase ended with a pit maneuver at the Reliable Toyota parking lot near Sunshine and Eastgate. After Cole spun the vehicle out, the suspect tried to ram a patrol car. Several officers helped get that man outside the truck and arrested him. But we learned there was an altercation as well.
A few bumps and bruises, just all in a day's work. Treated for a dislocated rib. It's back in place and feels better than it did, but I'm sure I'll be sore for a few days. It's something that happens, and we expect to happen from time to time during these situations. But effectively, everybody is okay, and everybody's going home.
The suspect's name was not released, but Cole says he has a lengthy criminal record. Sheriff Cole gave special thanks to the Highway Patrol and Springfield Police for their help in the chase.
And the Sheriff's Office in Douglas County is tonight warning the public about a man posing as a deputy. The Sheriff's Office posted a description of the scam on Facebook. The man has allegedly been pulling people over while driving an SUV. Now, he appears to be in his 30s, and he wears a light-colored uniform and a cowboy hat. The man does not wear a name tag. He appears to be heavy set and stands just under 5.5 feet tall. The sheriff's office recommends people stay alert while driving there in Douglas County and always pull over into a well-lit area if you are being pulled over. If you feel like someone could be scamming you, they say you can always call 911.
Also around the Ozarks, a Missouri mother and father have been charged with abuse or neglect of a child. 26-year-old Sean Krall of Rolla and 22-year-old Hannah Krall of Bolivar were arrested yesterday. The Rolla Police Department received a report of child abuse back in October. An investigation determined Krall's 4-month-old child had suffered at least 18 broken bones, all of which were in various stages of healing. All the injuries were determined to be inflicted trauma, not accidental. Sean and Hannah Krall are each charged with 2 counts of abuse or neglect of a child. Hannah was released after posting a $250,000 bond. Sean is still being held on a $250,000 bond.
Coyote's Adobe Cafe in Springfield was robbed at gunpoint last night. Police in Springfield responded out to the restaurant about 10:30 last night. 3 suspects entered the Coyote's restaurant there wearing ski masks and held employees at gunpoint. Police say the suspects got away with an unknown amount of cash and forced employees into a bathroom before getting away. No one was injured. Police do not have a description of those suspects just yet. It's a developing story right now. You can always check for more information and the latest on our website at ozarksfirst.com.
Making news now, the landscape of the area around Missouri State University has changed drastically over the last few years.
KOLR 10's Jesse Inman is here tonight to explain how that will change, and it will continue with more construction underway in one of Springfield's most historic neighborhoods. Jesse, what'd you learn today?
Yeah, the Roundtree neighborhood has seen several businesses and apartment buildings pop up over the years, especially there on Cherry Street, which will add another apartment complex over the next few months to that street. 4 houses grouped together in the area of Cherry and Kickapoo have stood since the early 1900s, but soon they'll be replaced with several new structures that will continue the facelift, taking place all along Cherry Street.
I would say the neighborhood's really sad to lose those structures.
Laurel Bryant is a realtor in Springfield, but also the president for the Roundtree Neighborhood Association. She and the neighborhood have their concerns about what is set to replace those structures.
I understand that they are cottage structures, 2.5 in story, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and likely student rental.
The owner of those 4 lots consolidated and sold them to a Texas-based company called Haken Holdings LLC. They've built similar style developments near other colleges across the country. While it may be a good investment for them, Bryant believes it could continue to impact Roundtree property values, which they've been working to protect.
We wanted a diverse web of housing for everyone, so students, elderly, young professionals, to kind of keep the demographic that's within the neighborhood.
So demolition at this site is going on literally as we speak behind me here, but come January of 2020, the destruction will turn into construction.
Walk out and the entire house is gone. I'm like, what's going on?
Cody Cameron has lived in the apartments near the lot for a few years now, and he says he can put up with the actual construction process, but he has mixed feelings on more possible student housing.
I think in the short term it'd be great. It'll help spur up some economic activity. But long term, most of them are going to be temporary residents, so they're going to just be here for a short run and be gone. I'm not sure how that'll impact the city in the long run.
Well, the project is being dubbed as the Cherry Street Cottages, and there isn't a set deadline on when that will be completed. But Bryant says that she would like to see a housing study conducted in Springfield to see how many student living developments are needed, just to ensure that there isn't any type of excess in one type of housing.
Jesse Inman tonight for us. Thanks for the report. They're new at 10. The Branson Board of Aldermen meeting tonight came to an unexpected and abrupt ending, with 3 aldermen walking out. The board voted down a measure tonight that would have allocated some money to start putting power lines underground along Highway 76. But Mayor Ed Akers used a municipal rules code to change one abstention vote into a no vote. And then he cast a tie-breaking vote that meant the measure passed by a vote of 4-3. So the 3 aldermen who either voted no or abstained in the initial vote, well, they walked out. Those members are Rick Castillion, Kevin McConnell, and Larry Milton. Now, 2 of them told me on the phone tonight that they feel the mayor didn't have the authority to change their votes. The Board of Aldermen will resume the agenda from tonight's meeting that had to be put aside at its next scheduled meeting coming up on December the 10th.
Turning our attention to weather, we mentioned earlier a lot of strong winds causing some power outages across the Ozarks. Jamie, is our severe weather threat over, or are we still getting into some more storms overnight?
Yeah, it looks like the tornado threat is over with for our area, but the risk of damaging winds will continue, and these winds won't come with showers or thunderstorms in most cases. It'll come because of a storm to our northwest. Those winds will continue to whip into Wednesday. We'll talk about when those winds will die down in your forecast next.